Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Soulful Ascension podcast. My name is Linda Joy Benn, and I am so excited to share what is coming to the surface right now because we are now in Scorpio season. And what that means is the deep, dark secrets, truths are all being revealed. Also, I don't know if you can feel the energy, but the all the planetary alignment, whether you study or follow any astrology, but a lot of these planetary alignments, configuration, we've never experienced before. So there's so much light coming to the planet. Plus, you may have heard of the three-eye atlas. And so that's bringing a lot of energy and really shaking things up. But everything that's happening out there is helping us to come back into our alignment with our true self. And my recommendation is to go within. You don't have to keep focusing on what's going on in the external world because that can cause you a lot of stress, a lot of triggers, as we have actually seen, on a lot of social media platform, anything. Everyone's got an opinion and it can bring up triggers, but this is what we are all working through right now. This whole year of 2025 is all about transformation. This is looking at those unconscious parts, looking at the shadows, looking at the darkness, looking at those unhealed trauma patterns, the unhealed aspects of ourselves that maybe it's we've been pushing down, numbing out with addictions, um, keeping busy. See, even busyness is an addiction. It's the workaholic. Okay, so it's looking at all these aspects of ourselves and also understanding you're not broken, no one needs fixing, but we're all here to learn and grow who we are as a soul. And how you do that is to truly go within. You can't spiritual bypass out of this journey. Well, you can because see, everyone has free will. Everyone can make a choice. And that's the opportunity that you have. You can either react to the external world, react to everything that's happening, or take responsibility. And how can you come into your heart and truly just be the observer and feel peace and feel neutrality? So that's what we're going to dive into in today's episode. It's all really about coming back into your true, authentic self. And this is the deeper work that I do with my one-to-one coaching clients, as well as we touch on it in a lot of the courses and programs. The Benn Method Academy, absolutely, we go deep because this is more of a train the trainer program and looking at all the different aspects of ourselves. And just remember that, like I said, no one's broken, no one needs fixing, and it's acknowledging all these parts without attachment, without judgment, and just transmuting it into light, because we all have different things that we came into this life in order to heal, in order for our soul to learn and grow. And so, what's coming up right now is those deep unconscious parts that you may not have even looked at. Maybe some of them are so deep and grained and tangled. They're so entangled that it will take a little bit of unraveling. Again, this is, if you've got a coach, this is what a coach does. It helps you unravel all those entanglements, in order for you to actually untangle it and then dissolve it and transmute it into light. Or free will, everyone has free will, you can just keep repeating the cycle and re-entangling. So remember when I said we're coming out of this 9-year cycle, and anything that you take into 2026 being a 1 year, it's like you're starting another 9-year cycle. So right now, especially for the whole month of November, is your opportunity to look at all these blind spots, the unconscious parts, the deep, dark secrets, and really going much deeper. Um, I use the metaphor of the iceberg. Now, all you can see is the top of the iceberg, and that's where the talk therapy is. And that doesn't actually always help to dissolve what's going on underneath. So the area I work with is the root cause. There's a lot of other modalities, that I won't mention, but it's like find something, something that resonates with you that can help you to resolve the deep, dark secrets, that the root cause of a lot of these old patterns and programs. And then that will just melt away, and that's what will set you free. This is what you came here for, in order to look at these shadow areas and look at the darkness, to learn from that's a part of me. Because again, it's these are anything that you may be judging, that it's like, no, I still have this pattern or habit or behavior, or but if you can actually see it that with neutrality, see it with love, see it with peace, it's like, oh, yes, I'm quirky. That's my uniqueness. That's just who I am, and not judge it. Then no one else is going to judge you either, because it's like everyone is a mirror for us. Every relationship is a mirror for us, and we invite in different people into our movie script in order to push our buttons, in order to trigger us. And that's an opportunity for you to actually look at that trigger, look at the unconscious part, look at what's going on underneath. Because if you're triggered and there's emotional charge there, then that's an opportunity to go, oh, I feel anger, I feel resentment, I feel rage, I feel sadness, I feel shame, fear, whatever the emotion is. And when you take responsibility for that and acknowledge it, and see it as, oh, how can I actually ask it? And I go into this in much deeper in my courses, but it's like, excuse me, see it for what it is. It's like, oh, it's fear. Well, is that true? And it's like, no, it's not true. And that's where you can just transmute it into light. But if it's buried under lots of other layers and very entangled and connected, that's where it's good to actually do this kind of deeper work with a facilitator, or with a coach or a mentor or a spiritual teacher, someone that you can trust to open up to. And then and that's their job, right, to point out, it's like, oh, have you thought about this? This is a blind spot. Have you considered this? What about this? And this is where together you dissolve and unravel a lot of these unconscious parts. So the other metaphor is, if you ignoring it, it's like if you're in a swimming pool, and I've got one of those Medi balls that it's like an exercise ball that you can sit on as well. If you're under the water, pushing it under the water, that ball, and you're pushing it down, it's exhausting. So the whole idea is to allow everything to come to the surface, and then it's effortless. It's like I've used the metaphor of the rapids. You know, you're going down the whitewater rafting, and just say you fell out of the boat and you're clinging on to the rocks on the side, and then you're gripping on and you're clinging and you're holding on out of fear. But whereas if you just let go and just flow with the river, well, then it's like, oh, I'll just see where the water takes me. I'll just see where the river takes me. That's what is all about effortless flow. It's flowing and having no attachment to the outcome, having no judgment or trying to control and trying to fix, because that's all the patterns that we're unraveling right now. So when you can just be the observer and see things for what they are, it's like looking at a flower, and it's like just admiring the beauty of the flower, looking at a sunset, and it's like, wow, there's no attachment. You're just completely neutral, and just admiring and seeing it with appreciation, with gratitude, with no attachment. It's like, wow. So this is when you can be the observer of all these patterns, all the programs, all the blind spots and the shadows and those parts of you that are coming to the surface to be healed. Remain neutral and also loving. You know, in my Benn Method Academy, the Benn Method is balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. So especially the nurture and nourish is where it's about self-love, self-forgiveness, self-compassion for yourself, and actually nurturing and nourishing those parts of you that maybe didn't get the nurturing and nourishing when you were growing up, or from either parent, or you're not giving it to yourself now. So this is where doing the deeper inner child work can be so helpful to actually look at what is your little boy or little girl actually needing right now. What are they searching for? And ask your inner child, and actually listen. The more you can sit in silence and truly just listen, again, with no judgment, no agenda, just sit in silence and just be, and just breathe. See, a lot of people go, oh, you have to meditate. Well, meditation, for some, it's like, oh, it's another thing I need to put on my list of things to do, and it can be overwhelming. Whereas I meditate all day long while I'm riding my bike to the gym, whether I'm washing up dishes, whether I'm just taking the rubbish out, or I'm constantly in a meditation, because we're all source energy. We're all connected to source. So when you can just open up that channel and just listen to your higher self, listen to your helpers in spirit, and just allow the conversation to flow, and you can just go for a walk and you're constantly in a meditation. Though this is where the addictions come in. If you're constantly trying to plug in to the external world. Oh, I have to do this and I have to do that, and I'm on the phone, and that's great to multitask, but when you can just be in silence and do nothing and just be and be okay with being, that's where I actually teach, be love, do love. And a lot of people attach themselves to identities. And we mentioned this on another episode. The identities is what we're unraveling and dissolving right now. That's why a lot of people are leaving corporate, whether they are a CEO or whatever title, a manager or whatever. It's the identities that you are not. It's like you're dissolving the identities of, I'm an engineer, I'm a programmer, I'm a dentist, lawyer, doctor, teacher, whatever. It's letting go of all of those layers which society has programmed. We have all been so deeply programmed by society and through all these broken systems that this is where people have lost their identity of who they are, because it's like all these programs have been running the show and telling you who to be, whereas this is the deeper work that you have the opportunity to do right now, is to sit in stillness and truly just do some inner reflection on who you are being now, who you are, and journal on that. And just keep asking your soul, what does my soul want to tell me today? Talk to your higher self, call in your higher self to help you through this process, to help you, to show you those unconscious parts, those blind spots, it's all unconscious in the unconscious mind. Actually, if you do study astrology, the 12th house is all about the unconscious. And I've got my sun and Mercury in the 12th house, which is why I do the work that I do, because it's about helping others to do their unconscious work. And you can't spiritual bypass, you can't just read a book. It's about really going deep into your truths and being okay for the secrets and those truths to come to the surface, and just love yourself in the process. And that's what we are all here to do, is just truly love and accept ourselves regardless of anything. It's like just you being, because you're an extension of source energy. So you just being is enough. You don't need to prove yourself worthy or prove anything to anybody to get validation or acceptance. Or the more you can just love you, that's the work that we're doing. This is what I go into much deeper into my courses and programs and coaching. So if that interests you, that will all be on the website. My whole website, lindabenn.com, will be relaunched with all these new courses and programs to help you to truly come back into alignment with who you truly are. And this is my life's work. I'm currently going through my 35 years of all the paperwork and teachings that I have learnt from many teachers over the years, and I'm putting it into different programs and courses to help everybody who is ready to do this inner work, and really go deep into their true self and just come back into alignment for your soul's mission, your soul's purpose. And you will feel that. You will feel, well, we're all feeling everything. We're feeling the energy right now, and we know if something's off. You can tell if something's just words or whether it's coming from wisdom. And so trust your inner guidance. You have all the answers within you, and just trust yourself. Keep listening to your heart, because your heart is more powerful than your head brain. So keep listening and dropping into your heart. And when you drop into your heart, that's the truth. If it's coming from your head, that's where the ego can distort things. And this is what we have noticed with a lot of separation on the planet, a lot of division, a lot of just people feeling separate, ousted, the division. I mean, you get it. It's like, but no one's alone, and we're all here to all do our inner work to raise our energy, vibration, and frequency, because it's on a whole for the collective, it's actually helping the whole planet. And that's the work that we're all doing. That's why we chose to be here at this time on the planet, to actually go through this massive awakening and shifting consciousness and transformation. That's what we signed up for. And we put our hand up and go, oh yeah, I want to go down to earth. I want to go through this. And so part of that process, your soul agreed to actually clear and made all these agreements with other souls on the planet in order for you to learn and grow. So can you see how everything is a gift? Everything that we've gone through, everything that's happened for us, everything that has come up, that any significant emotional events, it's all for our learning and growing. Because as a soul, nothing can hurt you, harm you, or destroy you. You are a sovereign being, and remember who you are. And that's the work that we are doing right now, is remembering who you are as a soul. So let me know if you got any questions on that. Because next week we actually move into the full moon on November the 5th, the full moon in Taurus, which I am, and that's opposite Scorpio. So we're in Scorpio season. And so this is all about those deep inner truths, the unconscious. So I'm going to choose a card from the Sacred Light Oracle. I haven't used this deck for a while, and this is such a profound subject, and everything that we are moving through for the rest of this year. And everything, I mean, because we're all part of the planets and the stars and all these alignments astrologically, is all helping to line up to help us with this transformation that we're going through. So can you see how everything is a blessing? The universe is supporting you and helping you and guiding you every step of the way. All you need to do is listen, and just follow your inner guidance. It's that simple. And just ask and you shall receive. Okay, so oops, just one card, thank you. One card, there we go. Inner Oracle. This, look how beautiful the artwork is on this. The Inner Oracle is you are the channel, deja vu, self-fulfilling prophecy. So the extended message, let me give you the affirmation. You can write this down. I am constantly learning. I illuminate my presence with each lesson. So that's exactly what we're going through right now. It's like we are growing and learning as a soul. So these unconscious parts that's coming to the surface, everything is guiding us and teaching us right now. So receiving the knowledge and wisdom that is offered from deep illumination can often be prophetic and life affirming and will help you. So I'm just help you on the right path. Powerful realizations, prophetic visions, past life memories, and soul connections are triggered by the oracle that is centered deep within you. The wisdom of the inner oracle is often buried within. Discovering its presence illuminates past mistakes, bad choices, and ego-based relationships with yourself and others. Revealing the connection can trigger internal defenses, making it difficult to maintain a solid connection to the intelligence of your oracle. Dedicated to illuminate the earth, Lord Lanto asks you to learn and grow your inner oracle with discussion, seeing the world with eyes of wisdom and acknowledging that you are still a student learning in the great cycle of life. Accepting possible errors in judgments allows your consciousness to adapt, redirecting energy to a new outcome. And holding the flame of illumination on the second ray, Ascension Master Lord Lanto encourages you to become closer to your sense of knowing, explore your psychic self and intuition as you examine previous signs and events where deja vu has been experienced. Sudden realizations will occur. Having the courage to openly accept them is what initiates the act of enlightenment. Now, the message from the Ascended Master is mastery is the key to self-success. Discipline your mind. And that's what we're doing, is looking at the difference between our ego mind and our unconscious mind. And then we are looking at all the deep, dark shadows of our unconscious mind, resolving those and actually unraveling and clearing those layers. And it's the work. Really, it's that simple. And every relationship we have that we've talked about relationships all month, but looking at every relationship in your life, are they aligned with your truth? Are they aligned to your values? Do they uplift you or do they drain you? and and looking at, are there shared values? We don't have to all be exactly the same, but there's shared values and there's aspects of everyone that you enjoy being in a relationship with them, being in a friendship. And so everyone in your life is all a teacher for you, for you to learn and grow as a soul. Because remember, before you came here, you wrote your movie script of your life and then invited in all these other characters and actors and actresses to play these parts for you. And so this is where our family come in. This is where our spouses and different friendships and different people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, because all of them are helping you in order to learn and grow as a soul. So allow yourself to move through this Scorpio season and be the observer. And I really, especially this week, because there's some intense energy that's coming up, and I truly, really encourage you to just be in stillness and pull back your energy, and just sit in silence, and really make sure that you're grounding every day. Also being in water is because we've got like all these grand water trines, right? If you can imagine like the Merkaba, the two triangles upside down, that's what the grand trine is of the planets. We've got so much water, all these water planets. So I actually went swimming today at the pool to do some laps. And so, but if you're going into winter, it's like just have an Epsom salts or a magnesium bath, or being in water is so cleansing and healing for you at the moment. And just incorporate water, because we are 70% water. And so this is where your thoughts and your programming, what are you thinking? Because it's like we are all water. This is one of the programs that I also teach based on Dr. Emoto's work, and with the water crystals. I'm going to choose a card from the angel guide, and then I'm going to finish up. And if you've got any questions, let me know. And so from the angel guide, follow on. So in regards to the water, a lot of emotions are going to come up right now to the surface. So be aware. And allow yourself to cry. That's the water, right? The releasing, the letting go. And so Shell, just and this week is preparing us for the very powerful supermoon next week on November the 5th. Okay. We have honesty and communication. So there's another confirmation on what we are going through right now, because if you feel a person or situation is making you lose a sense of yourself or drawing you away from joy, it's time to speak up and make sure that you are heard. You are being guided to begin by lovingly connecting with your own heart, to hone in on and honor what you want for yourself and your life. Take time to reflect on what is important to you, where you want to direct your energy, and what your priorities are for the next phase of your journey. It may be that you are fighting against the flow and not wanting to admit to yourself that something is holding you back or dampening your spirit. But angels love you and want you to know that honesty is the best policy for you right now. So, like I said, as all these shadows, these blind spots are coming to the surface, don't push it down, This is your time to be honest with yourself, take responsibility, stop reacting to every trigger, reacting to every post, reacting to the outside world. That's the external world basically controlling you. So the more you can just pull back your energy and go within and be in silence, it's and do a digital detox. We've talked about this over and over. It's like pull back your energy, and just be love, do love. Okay, I'm going to end on that note because that that is such a powerful message of just be love and do love, and go out and create those miracles and the magic that is available to you every single day. If you're not creating miracles every day, that's another indication that you're out of alignment with your unconscious mind and your true self, because miracles are infinite, all around us, all the time. So go create the miracles. Have a magical week. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday for another episode. Much love. Bye for now.